What is up? What is up, Soul Fam? It's your boy Chris at Germany with Soul Fit Daily. I guess that's what we're gonna call it. We'll figure it out. But welcome to day 3 of the Murph 365 challenge. We're doing the Murph once again at this park that I really enjoy. This is one of my gems that I found in my area. It's a pretty big park. A lot of times there's an area where people can like walk dogs and stuff. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I really enjoy this park because it has a lot of open space. Here I'm kind of not flexing, but I'm kind of utilizing some film technique stuff. I found when I started filming, especially being a darker skinned person, a lot of times if I'm in the light, then I look like a bright white. I don't know. The light just hits me wrong because, skin, man. So I decided that I would do this in the direct shadows to show like what is it called? A silhouette style video instead of like directly in the sun. Another cool thing about this challenge, just like I said, it's the and day one I said that it's like I'm doing this challenge for a totally different reason. It's really to fuel my 1,000-day challenge on my other channel of Soldier of Life. It's just giving me something, holding me accountable to not only just pressing upload every day, but make sure that I'm putting in that work fitness wise on my body, because that's another thing that I wanted to focus on for the 1,000 days. No excuses. This year, like I said, I'm working to have the best shape of my life. There was only one time where I was in, amazing shape, and that was when I started doing content creation, specifically for YouTube. I created a video where I did like 2 months. I had one goal. The only goal I wanted to have was to get abs, and because I've never had abs in my life before. And when doing this, I went the extreme route. I went, nothing outside of my diet, and I never cheated. So I think it was like cottage cheese. It was chicken breast, broccoli, rice, and there was like 2 or 3 other things. Broccoli, rice, a couple other things that I had, and I never cheated. For 60 days, never cheated, never had a cheat day, never stepped outside of it. I believe I had 2 drinks of gin, and I was basically forced to do that from one of my bosses, because I was working at a bar at the time, and one of my bosses was like leaving, or they were having like a big, I don't know, it was a birthday, and they was like, yeah, hey, come drink with us. I was DJing. And they was like, drink with us. I was like, nah, I'm on a diet, like extreme strict diet. She's like, no, like drink now, And I was like, I don't want to be the party pooper. So she kind of informed me that gin had the least amount of calories. So I took a couple drinks of gin or whatever, shots of gin. I can't remember. But other than that, no. While everybody else, I was staying in a hostel in Australia at the time. And everybody was having movie night. They had pizzas, they had ice cream, popcorn, and everybody was like, hey, you want some? And I always had to tell them no, and they would not laugh, but how they'd scoff, be like, oh yeah, you're on a diet, ha ha ha, whatever. And they would be like, yeah, this and that. And I would never forget, it was like 2 or 3 guys, and I was just like, the way that they body look, you can tell, like that's their lifestyle. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the thing that kept me going is that I knew, I was like, I'm gonna look a way that, what you guys are doing might serve you, but it's never gonna serve me. I want to be built different. I want to be different. I want to become mentally different. And that's kind of, what pushed me to never have a cheat day or something like that. And this challenge that I'm doing now, just doing the Murph every day for a year, which fuels into the 365 or the 1,000-day challenge that I have on Soldier of Life. It's like, what fuels me now is knowing that, hey, I'm gonna do this for a year, regardless, no matter what. So now, instead of going so hard, instead of being so strict with myself, especially having a family, there's sometimes The other day I took my daughter out. I told my daughter, she did good in school and all this stuff. I'm gonna take you out for ice cream and whatever. So when I took her out for ice cream, I already knew I'm not finna not eat ice cream and give her some. I'm not doing that because I still want to be able to enjoy life and those small little things, And the same thing, my wife, I got her one also, and she's really on her diet stuff too. But I was like, when we compare things, I was at a completely different point in my life at that time. I didn't have a girl, I didn't have a kid to worry about. I didn't have, super bills or, I didn't have any worries. I had nothing else to worry about. Only thing I wanted to do was prove to myself that I can do this or focus on something for 2 months with no breaks, no nothing, and see if I can do it. And then that was the catalyst. I said, if I can do this, then I will commit to trying to post for YouTube full time and all sorts of stuff. And it was those moments where I started realizing, I was like, yo, like at the time, dude, I was grinding. I was up at 4 o'clock. I went to the gym. No, I think I was up earlier than that, like 3 something. I had to take 2 trains and a bus to the gym. Get there when it opens at like 6 o'clock. I think it only opened at 6. Work out for the hour and a half and either go to class, or if it was on the weekend, I don't know why I specifically remember the weekends, because I think the trains ran later on the weekends and there were more people on it. But then go work out, and then on the way back take those 2 trains and a bus back home. And it was a lot, and I did that every single day for 2 months. And well, except for Sundays. I usually don't work out on Sundays, but on the Murph Challenge, we're doing it every day, including Sunday. But that was so, I was a machine. I wasn't thinking about if I'm gonna do it or, I don't feel like it today. I knew what I was doing. I knew what my purpose was, and I just go. I was a machine. And that, as life starts kicking in, I was like, okay, that's something I did. And then I was like, what's the point of doing it now? Like, I did it. Cool. I had no reason to maintain it. I have no reason to keep it going. I just stopped because I didn't feel like doing it anymore. Plus I was moving around. I had different life things going on, and it kind of just fell to the wayside. And then one day I look and I'm like, yo, I am way bigger than I thought I was. I'm way bigger than I thought I was, and I hate it. I hate it. So, let's do something that's working towards it every day, because it's easy to just talk about it. It's easy to say, oh, that's something I would like to do. And, literally I was on my way to the gym when I ran on the video that influenced me to do this by Jim Bobrowski. And it was, this guy doing this thing every day for a year. And then going back and be like, yo, really? And then seeing Graham Stephan, I believe, doing it every day for a year during COVID. And I was like, yo, this is something to think about, This is definitely something to think about. And I'm just happy that I found it, because it gives me ability to work on not just my physical aspects of my life, but mentally. There's a lot of days where, you sit there and you just, in the world that we're in today, it's like you need to do something, whether it's scrolling on the phone or, looking at some funny video that somebody sent, or trying to, or just daydreaming on YouTube, or, whatever social media platform you're on, and just doing nothing, like a bunch of hours of doing nothing. And, when I do these Murphs, a lot of times I'm like, yo, I gotta be, especially because I'm not great at it at this time. I have to schedule a big portion of the day out, and it might not be something that I necessarily want to do, but I know that whatever else is going on during that day, it comes second to doing the Murph, not because it's more important, but because it's a promise I made to myself. It's a promise I made to myself. And another reason why I picked this exercise is because it's something you can do anywhere. I can literally be at the dentist's office and, at least crank out the 200 push-ups and 300 squats. Hey man, and if they got a pole or a rod somewhere that's strong enough to hold 270 pounds, I'm gonna crank out some pull-ups too, and I'm gonna go run later. This is literally a day exercise where you can do it anywhere. And yeah, I'm just happy I found it. It's a little bit difficult still at this time, especially with running. I gotta find a way to film myself when I run the miles. But I'm very happy that I found this challenge, and hopefully you enjoy it for the rest of the Murph, and I will see you tomorrow. you.